Here's hoping audio is balanced because we're not going to find out till the game actually starts. And we are streaming now. This is the Recreational. We're setting up right now, making sure that everything is going to work wonderfully. Nothing will go terribly wrong. I need a sick flag, Draka.
A sick flag?
Sick flag. What country has a sick flag?
Um, I remember when I was in elementary school, we had to draw a flag. Was it Libya? Well, our class assignment was to draw a flag in class in like fourth grade, and I went through the atlas and I chose the most boring one. There was one that was like just green, just plain green, and the teacher yelled at me for a long time and gave me detention. Whoops, big party.
I think it's actually Libya. Yeah. Let's take that gamble.
Had like a star or something on it, and then otherwise it was just green. That was the laziness that I would go to, even as a like 10-year-old.
You can't choose Libya. You can only choose Liberia. That's as close as I can get.
Oh, I think Mitch has to start the game, or who has to start the game?
I guess it would be Mitch.
Yeah, he started the lobby, I guess.
Hopefully everything works out. Hopefully picks work out. I noticed that people forget to set picks or whatever. Can you do that? Can you choose who has first pick on the sides?
Yes.
Because
Wait,
we
why are
never do
these
that.
bots joining? They can't listen to the stream while they're... Whatever. Like, they won't be able to listen to the broadcasters if you spec while in the lobby, is why I would advise they don't do that, but whatever they want to do. People need to...
As everyone's just kind of shuffling in. Those are all recreational players on the side. All of them are actually eliminated except for JSauce, who kicked my butt.
Like, the guy said he has to go at 4:10 or something, so people need to start this. Okay, I guess my saying that you can't... the broadcasters, go, just
Goodbye
go.
to the crew. Goodbye to the gang. What?
Yeah, it's not locally hosted, Mitch. If you leave the game, it doesn't shut down the server. Okay. Sorry if people were looking at the text or couldn't read the text while we were talking about it.
My favorite part is that after, I think actually our match, Mitchie D congratulated us and told us about our next match, which wasn't actually the right match.
Oh,
So,
who did he think you guys were playing? We're playing each other, actually.
yeah, we're playing each other, and he thought it was Venomancer, who
Yeah,
isn't even like other side of the bracket, and to meet them we'd have to actually, I think, beat you guys, and they'd have to beat the
yeah.
winner of this match.
But this match, anyway. And by the way, I'm Draka, casting with Studio here. Immediate Void ban, immediate Terrorblade ban. Terrorblade ban is kind of interesting to me. I thought Crispy was semi-interested in playing that, although he hates the hero, but thinks it's broken, so was interested in playing it.
I agree, it is a broken hero. As we saw in ESL, the second you give him any chance in any space, I should get rid of the net graph.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. So these are pretty typical bans. So the Razor's the one in the pro scene that would stand out to me a little bit, and Batrider, but that's not really what I would expect these guys to pick. Crispy is always going to mid. He's a great player. I don't know a ton about Foster Pierce. I remember watching them, but then it's been forever since they played because they had a DQ win before that. So it was like in January that they played their last match. So I don't
2012, I remember.
anything about
right
how they
after TI2, they played their last match.
remember.
So
Normally Crispy does the mid. Pasquale, I think, is on the main core after that. And then they've been running Brad, Ruds, Shoemaker on the offlane.
they varied it up a bit. Reflexy
They have.
and Map Bodega should definitely be the supports. Maybe one of them jungles, and then Ruds and Pasquale have like played it back and forth. I do like
I can't
Pasquale a
spec-
bit
oh,
more
sure.
on some of the farming heroes. What was that?
Disruptor. I couldn't see that pick for a second. It was blank, but Disruptor. I wouldn't be surprised. Crispy likes the Ags mid Disruptor.
Crispy likes him. I think Matt likes him as well. So it's a nice varied pick. This is the thing about League of Legends, and it's just kind of how they play. the focus is usually Crispy for the early part of the game.
As it naturally can and should be.
Some
He's
of the late parts of the game, other players take a lot more control, but for the surviving the early rush, it's usually been kind of on Crispy's back. Pasquale's done a lot of work for that too. So guessing who Crispy takes mid is usually a huge part of strategy. Like I think he's going to go a Phantom Assassin mid, for example, but if he thinks he can clown someone with an off pick, he will go for that clowny off pick.
That Shoemaker, I would almost guarantee off, or at least he plays that a lot. The War Runner, and it's a great initiator, great solo offlaner, which Tide also is on the Dire, especially. The Tide Hunter is nice, although it's a little more annoying for him to go stack now. Hadn't really thought about that.
It's a little worse, and it means that he's less reliable at getting back into the game, but he can still spend some time, walk around, go to the Ancient, stack Dire, and once you get enough points of Kraken Shell and Anchor Smash, it's easy farming. Wraith King also picked up as well, so we're getting a good feel for the offline supports. That's just good initiation. Wraith King with Tide Hunter, like Tide Hunter Blink initiation is going to be solid, a lot more reliable than Centaur's initiation, but it's also got a significantly long cooldown. It's minutes versus, what, 13 seconds?
Yeah. His ultimate is 1 second, I believe, the Centaur Runner ult. I'm sure you're talking about the Q, but... So
anybody watching that has me on Friends, send me a message and tell me if audio is okay. Just gotta double check because I don't have chat open.
Yeah, I have chat open, so it's fine.
Nice.
Everybody, no one's complained yet. Yeah, if people complain, I'll try and look at it. They'll be 2 minutes behind. So the Witch Doctor and the Sand King is probably targeted Reflexy, who everybody knows loves the Sand King, and the Lich. LC ban. That's kind of sad to me.
I love watching LC. She is a hero that is, use your ult and do something with it. Like, she's primarily based off that. But it's a fun ult to watch just because you never know who's going to get that bonus damage.
And that, her W, the sound is so great. I can't do it.
Yeah,
but...
like, if I had a horn right now, I would
It's
play
so
it, but I
empowering.
don't have a horn right now, unfortunately. Like LC is actually a really good example of Valve getting better at audio and visual design, as they've had more chance to hone their own style and not just Warcraft 3 heroes over in dubious ways.
I don't totally agree. I think usually some of them definitely were either quick or they don't even like them. Although I do like ones that people hate for some reason, like Void. Ooh,
I really like Void's audio.
To pick it.
It's like an interesting pick. I don't think I've seen League of Legends run him yet.
Squall plays a lot, and he really likes that hero, I know. So I would expect that to be the safe lane and the Centaur Warrunner to be the off lane, and Disruptor could either be Crispy or a straight support.
My question is, who do you pick to back up the Slark? My favorite pick for any Slark lane is Ancient Apparition, just because you combine Leap with, I can't remember the name of the skill, but the damage buff that Ancient Apparition provides. And Leap is such a long CC, 3.5 seconds, that you're going to get an extra 300 damage in a duo lane off that level 1. And most likely you'll get the full 450 in a tri lane at level 1, which is just crazy for DPS, crazy for kills.
It wouldn't be that bad here, especially Wraith King is always with the lifesteal, takes down a bunch of their health.
Oh,
they already have some reliable stun.
You cannot crack and shell the Leap as well. Like, Leap Tether is really hard to get rid of. You have to pretty much blink.
Oh, I didn't think of that, yeah. Viper. I'm actually surprised it went this long. In this tournament, at least, it's been always first phase picker ban, I feel like. They're doing green strat on the top.
Yeah. Death Prophet has been banned out. So actually banned out by Phosphor Feeders. And that matches their logo! Like,
oh, that's true.
That's the perfect strategy.
This is on purpose.
Yeah, I like this. I like this coordination. I could see them going for a little bit of blue.
And with their logo.
Oh.
That I expect mid. Viper, I would say, and Tide off, so Crispy's gonna pick something he likes against that.
So I DC'd for a second, my kilobytes per second went up to 6,000 on OBS.
Really?
So we'll
you
see
DC
how
from
that
the
goes.
Game, or
no. Just my internet is crappy.
Oh, good. Yeah, mine's not amazing, but hopefully the stream is still up, or it goes up quickly.
We'll figure out in 2 minutes. And actually, kind of reflecting that, that's a pretty blue team coming out from League of Legends. I mean,
Yeah.
Centaur is blue in the background, not so much in the foreground.
I like how they always match the color of the background and the heroes with the or they match the abilities with that. You could always, Centaur is fairly red, so all his abilities are red. They're blue. They're green.
Like a little bit of blue on the shoulder pads, which is his shoulder pads area. It's just how he is. He's got blue shoulder pads.
Expecting a support still, and let them worry about a crispy hero.
Phosphor Feeders hasn't banned out Crispy. That's probably a Crispy hero,
That could be a
but
crispy mid.
actually it has been run by League of Legends before as support. And like
Yeah.
that's something that's uncommon for not for Phosphor Feeders, for League of Legends. Normally you'll see the bans just go from top to bottom, anti-crispy, anti-crispy, anti-crispy. Like we've seen Ember Spirit, Invoker, PA, etc. all just in a row.
The Shadow Fiend and even the Tinker still, I think, is kind of ridiculous.
I think Tinker's still a good hero. It's just that you cannot fall behind. That's the big difference compared to before. Before, if you fall behind, stack ancients, you're okay. Nowadays, you fall behind, you have to still farm up those key items.
I think he's generally most comfortable steamrolling on those heroes. I feel like obviously he has a wide range of heroes he can play, but the Ember is much more easily. He wouldn't pick an Ember into a Viper or something like that anyway, so I wouldn't think. But yeah, it could be
if he thinks he could clown him, and it would be funnier because of the pick, he would pick something that may not work well. Really, this is going to be the experimental phase for both sides, because Phosphor Feeders has not played in that many matches. League of Legends probably hasn't seen any footage, or barely any, of Phosphor Feeders, just because they haven't played that many games. So we'll see how this works out.
I don't even know. No one's using. I don't think Foster's using any stand-ins. I don't actually know. I don't know their lineup well, simply because they've only played one match, I believe.
Oh, well, they played Game is Hard, but I think their matches were also on the same day as other matches at the same time, so they were on secondary channel, and people were just focusing on the main game. So poor Phosphor
I think
Feeders.
we played our match when they played one of theirs as part of the problem. So the Lion pick here, I guess I expect the Wraith King to be a support.
Wraith King Core has been run by me, and I think me alone, possibly once more, and it's a solid pick, but at the same time it has a lot of trouble closing distances, a lot of trouble closing gap. There's a lot of hard CC on
Yeah,
Phosphor
also
Feeders.
if you blink in and get killed, at worst they could always Centaur Warrunner ult out away from the stupid slow.
They actually have a really good option with that Centaur War Runner versus a Wraith King. So they could go for the Core King, but the Core King is pretty limited, unfortunately. However, any Triling the form out of Wraith King Lion is going to be amazing. Like, that is just a lot of hard CC. It should be relatively easy for them to pick off a Centaur War Runner, at least in the early couple minutes of the match, if he's out of position whatsoever.
So they're expecting that as a support Wraith King. I would almost be worried about the Tinker, just because he banned the Spectre as well. Although I actually would guess it's gonna be Jakiro mid, because Chrissy loves that, but I would be scared enough that I would just ban it, ban the Tinker.
I guess Jakiro does have one problem. All of his spells are A, magical damage, and B, dot effects. So if Viper's nearby,
It's not the best against Viper, it's true.
he'll take a lot of damage from Corrosive Skin.
10 seconds.
Which leads to the funnier Viper build, which is you max out Corrosive Skin first and watch people kill themselves on you.
5 seconds remaining.
A lot more
Phantom
team
Assassin
fight on the Daily Dota guys, the League of Legends guys.
5 seconds remaining.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's gonna be the mid
Fire team pick.
crispy gyro blink max W that he likes, I imagine.
I've actually not seen this before.
Yeah, he I don't remember if he maxes it first. But yeah, he likes the blink gyro mid, and I guess it's not terrible against Viper. He's got the long range. It can't be that good though. It's pretty hard to last it against him.
I think the issue is going to be that early on Viper can kite gyro nonstop. Gyro's a really
exactly.
fast hero. He's based off his early move speed early game to really do anything. And what's he going to do versus Viper? Also, once again, Corrosive Skin problems. A lot of damage from Gyrocopter is magical damage.
Okay,
And-
Razor. Could be Razor mid even, although maybe not. Either way, Gyro's not having the most fun matchup.
So we'll see. It could be Jakiro mid, who is also not that strong versus Viper. But then again, we don't know if it's going to be Razor or Viper mid.
Crispy Gyro. Reflexy took the Jakiro. So they went big full team fight, I feel like, on League of Legends against mostly targeted stuff besides Tidehunter. Obviously, Razor has the Q.
Yeah, let's see. It's a lot of targeted spells coming out from League of Legends, or a lot of AoE spells coming out from League of Legends, so that Razor passive isn't as effective, and that's something nice about it. But there's also the question of the range of Gyrocopter and Slark. Slark's melee range, he does have issues versus Razor until he starts getting, higher levels, more items, and he can actually get more mobile. Let's go ahead and cover the teams. For Phosphor Pheeders on the Viper, we got Clive Winston, Razor being played by Adamo. Actually, Smoke coming out, so we'll do the intros as we follow them along. Simon123 on that Tidehunter, Provoking Storm playing good old Lion, and way in the back line, Shiji Cool on Wraith King. Full caps lock, full yelling.
Going right toward Pasquale, or could, although he's on the tower.
Yeah,
on League of Legends here, we do have Pasquale on the Slark. We have, he looks like he's going safe lane. Crispy going mid, unsurprisingly to me, on the Gyrocopter. Jakiro here, we got Reflexy, representing SodaStream, which I actually don't know that. Hats, Matt Bodega is represented by on the Disruptor. And Poor Bread Shoemaker doesn't have any sponsorship.
Oh,
On the
not
Central.
even an Alexis Gaisa farewell. Let's see.
They did ward up the camp, just a sentry ward, so it's not a huge deal. Doesn't. Looks like they might be thinking about an aggro try here with the Wraith King Lion Razor. Looks like they are, yeah.
I like the
And
aggro
that's gonna
try, and that double damage rune. Okay, they're saving it for mid.
You saw him ward there. I don't know if he pinged it out.
They should know. They should know by now that Simon's going to be hitting top. They should expect the 3v3. And this is a tough lane to go up against because you're going.
Yeah,
Well,
Razor's never fun.
it's Razor core with a lot of CC to back him up, and the static link is going to do a lot of work. I don't know about it at level 1, just because you rely a lot more on burst from spells for some of these early kills. However, if Reflexy gets caught out right now, it's almost a guaranteed kill. Kind of the same thing for Pasquale, unless he can get the leap off in time.
Although he did get Earth Spike first, which is such a short. Oh, they're gonna deward this too, which is gonna help him. Or I thought they were going to.
They don't. I don't think
But
that's
it's
the
sentry
vision.
ward down there.
I think it's just out of the vision range of that sentry ward.
No, it's
Actually,
definitely
no,
not.
it should be fine.
He just didn't walk over there to actually
Yeah.
get vision himself. Okay, Wraith King's gonna go do it now. Yeah, I guess I prefer the aggro try. Although, Jakiro and Disruptor put out an incredible amount of damage early. It's gonna be a pretty boring lane there. I'm pretty interested to see how mid will work. I gotta favor the Viper here, at least for a while, until he gets some damage items up. He's going to need that bottle really quickly on Gyro to stand toe-to-toe with him. And he's just harassing the crap out of him.
You can see the issues Crispy will have in this line. Actually, Crispy could go a little aggressive with a rocket. Or
If he can get in
Clive
there
on
with
the
the
retreat.
Q, he can definitely even that up. The rocket is ridiculous at this point. Yeah, he is maxing it at level 3. He has 2 points in it.
What is that damage level 3? Let me double check. Because it is way higher than
250
it used to be.
max.
Yeah, that is a phenomenal amount of burst. The question is, does he have the mana to sustain it? Yes, because he went for an early bottle rush.
Ooh. Going in there. This should be fine for Tidehunter top as well. I don't see a problem going up against the Centaur War Runner, even favoring him. Although he can't, I don't know how well he can zone him out, but just spamming the Anchor Smash should be able to deny him a lot of blast hits.
Clive Woodson came really close to killing one of the rockets in that engagement, but unfortunately still took the full burst. He's backing up to avoid being next to Gyro, which means just that high burst damage. Actually, stun coming out onto Reflexy. Can they pick up the kill? Almost gets a stun off, but a great Earth Spike sends him back. Adamo taking a lot of harass, though, and should be going down first. There's first blood in favor of League of Legends. Got Shiji is cool, going for the rundown, going for the chase. They do pick up Reflexy in the end, but that's a core Razor going down in exchange for a support Jakiro. And of course, first blood going to League of Legends. That was
that was great for League of Legends. I think Lion made a pretty big mistake by not having his Hex at level 2. He has the Earth Spike and the Mana Drain. I think that fight could have been entirely different had he had the 2.5 second Hex there. It was close enough that it was almost a first blood the other way. I'm curious as to why they went on the... I didn't see the very start of that fight, but why they went on the Jakiro, who's probably the tankiest one there for them to go up against.
I think Disruptor was in the far back, and Slark has both his Q and leap, so it's really hard to actually lock him down.
Yep.
Unfortunately, in doing so, they get the first blood. I think this is the issue with Static Link and Razor in this tri-lane right now. It takes him a while to get going in an actual fight, so by the time Razor was dealing damage, he was just getting picked off.
Yeah. Yeah, they do put out a lot of damage on League of Legends in this lane for sure.
I think that, like the Disruptor burst combined with the burst from Jakiro and the Fireball. Actually, the attack speed slow is going to be huge too for defensive plays. Pause coming out. We need that guy from ESL that just booed. See if we can get some cool action shots. Nah, nothing up here. Anything in mid?
Viper went for the bottle as well, which I don't hate, given the new runes, especially because he's going to get harassed so much by this freaking annoying level 3 homing missile doing max 375 damage every 14 seconds if he wants.
Like the advantage with this build is that it's really mana intensive for Gyro to keep spamming that out. Like 140 mana, even with a bottle, unless he's picking up regen runes, he's not sustaining, which is why you can actually see Crispy is already bottle crowing. So he's using the courier nonstop, and his team will suffer for that for a bit. However, if Clive can pick up one rune, he kind of balances that out. I wouldn't mind seeing another point corrosive skin just for that extra magic resistance, or an early cloak for that extra bit of safety. But we'll see what build Clive Winston decides to go for.
I want him to get boots as absolutely quickly as possible.
Yes.
Crispy's getting his boots as soon as... If he ever gets homing missile and can get up to him, he's just dead from that rocket barrage. And he's going to max up his mana again and then get this rune. And then probably even look for a kill if he can at all.
Clive Winston does have a bottle charge. Clive Winston is about to get hit by a rocket.
He does barely have enough risk now, okay. Ooh, I was actually sort of expecting Crispy to go in there. I think if he had just kept going,
I think he can. I think he's going to get the creep damage. One more attack might do it. The bottle charge might be enough to save him, but Crispy's going pretty fast. Flat cannon kill! Flat cannon kill!
Barely got enough mana. He turned around. He was thinking about getting that regen rune. I think if he had just gone in right away, he would have gotten him before he stun wore off.
I don't think he expected Clive to sit there.
It didn't cost him at all.
Like, Clive sit there, took the rocket in the creep wave was a problem.
Yeah. And the power of this rocket, or this homing missile build. I can't think of a more annoying spell in a lane against.
I mean, usually it's not that bad because it's not maxed out first, but in a 1v1 mid situation, this is just non-stop obnoxious.
Even did a couple of 1v1 games, I believe, against Crispy. That's just the most annoying. They're going on them there down bot. No, okay. He's away, he's fine.
Everything whips. That's the issue with going for Sark. If you do not chain stun him, you'll get both the Dark Pact and his leap off. And the second he gets either of those spells off, he's gone. He's out of there.
Although it's fine for them, especially while they still have some mana pots to just zone him out and let Razor get a bit more farm.
And of course, the Link is not dispelled by Dark Pact, so it still prevents him from farming efficiently. They go on to Shiji. It's cool on the side of League of Legends, but Shiji's going to walk out. The Wraith King doesn't really care. Royalty has its advantages. Top side. It's just farming. It is a lot of farm on Centaur versus a lot more farm on Sun 123 playing that Tidehunter. So this is the boring matchup. We'll never look here again.
Yeah, this mid matchup is heavily in favor of Gyro now being level 7 with that maxed out homing missile. I don't know what Viper can do. He should... Well, he needs the boots. He can't... He's sort of... Yeah, he's dead again.
That's a full damage missile. That's the follow-up rocket barrage. Crispy might go down here. One tower shot does do it. Actually going to be the Viper dot. That is a disadvantage of poor Gyrocopter. He's still very squishy. He's not a tanky hero.
Yeah, he's got almost 1,300 gold. I think he is just rushing that. Whoop! Going on Reflexy here on the Jakiro with the Haste Rune Wraith King. No.
Oh, that actually helped him out.
Yeah, wow. There was no way he was getting away anyway with that Haste Rune, unfortunately.
Oh,
they're going to go in on the Disruptor though as well. The Ravage used... Well, I guess we may as well secure the kill. I'm not sure that was necessary, but...
Yeah, it's a lot of investment for a poor Disruptor. At the same time, that does mean that Crispy was unable to join the fight. Though had Viper rotated, they probably could have picked him off. Bottom lane, Razor taking a lot of damage. The leap does connect. No way to get out of here. Dark Pact doing a lot of DPS as well. In comes a stun from Provoking the Storm. Does keep good Adamo safe for a bit. TP in bot lane for Matt Bodega. And Adamo does get hit by the Ice Path stun, but they're not going to follow up. That's lucky for him.
I think it would have been scary to go on him even. He got a health pot on him right after that, and he had 84 damage drained.
Yeah, he
I
had the health pot.
around even with low health there toward the Slark, realizing Slark could do essentially no damage to him at that point.
At that point, Slark was just based off of spells. He did have mana, but at the same time, Leap is not that much damage right now. It's 180, which is okay, but still quite low. And then the burst damage from Dark Pact is not there yet. It's a 1-3-1 build, which is common, but it does mean until level 9, his burst combo is kind of weak.
I think he was trusting in his line as well to get a Hex off, and although the Dark Pact can't remove that, but tough for him to get in there and really do the burst to the Razor there. Yeah, this top lane is... Hey, don't like not talking about it entirely, but it is the pretty boring melee versus melee even lane.
Mid lane, Crispy's going for it again. In comes a TP from Lion. They do get the dot down. Crispy's gonna die. In comes a Earth Spike. There goes Crispy. There's a lot of 1-for-1 exchanges. The problem is Viper's not getting any experience out of this. Crispy started putting the rockets down in range and in vision of Viper. He could start attacking them before they're going off. I think he could actually kill them or get them low enough that the tower would pick it off. Like, had he started focusing that rocket early, it would have gone down before it hit him. So I'd like to see some adjustment from Viper. The second he sees the rocket go down, if he's in range, just focus it down ASAP.
5 hits is a lot of hits. I guess if it's in the tower, I might be able to get it, but...
It's been in the tower and in his range when it's set down. You know how it takes that 1.5 seconds to actually lift up?
Yep.
He could get 3 or 4 attacks, and then with the tower, it'd help out.
They are smoked up here. I guess they're waiting for Crispy to come back to try and get her. I like this. Patient, although they have to know because there's no one in the lane for a very long time. Crispy should just play back a bit. I think he's just going to go.
There's also this ward here,
tower.
And I don't know if they were spotted before they smoked.
Okay, they spotted them with the ward there. The smoke were off.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lion was also not smoked, having rotated from mid. So Crispy will be safe, at least for now. Poor Viper, only level 7 versus a level, I believe, 9 Crispy. So he just doesn't have any defense. He's gone for the corrosive skin build. Ooh, he could tank a hit a little bit more. There's a phone going. That is a real phone. Well, that's not a cell phone. That was an actual phone. No, people still had those in homes. My God. I thought we moved to that generation of just using cell phones. Once you get past 25. Actually, once you get past like 14. Anyhow, back to the mid lane. We can see the rocket coming out. But now Clive's going for it, but this time it wasn't quite as in range. Doesn't take much damage though. That's important. Crispy doesn't have a maxed out rocket barrage. He really can't go all in if the rocket just detonates right next to Clive. Like, he should, I guess, start running into the rockets. However, Hate's gonna come out. This is a problem for Clive.
I would be pissed off if he meant the haste rune being there. There's nothing you could do about that.
Well, I don't know if he should have chased into Crispy like that, unfortunately. That's the one thing that kind of went wrong with that situation. He was chasing Crispy alone in the river. So he could have kited him out. That was the one rune that was going to guarantee a kill, though.
I meant after the homing missile went down, there's no way, even if he had immediately ran, he couldn't kill it right-clicking it. If he had ran, he still would have got caught by Crispy and killed.
Any other rune, he survives, though. Double damage, he walks away. Just not enough slow coming out from Crispy. Illusion, of course, not going to matter a whole lot. Invisibility, what's that going to do? But haste. Haste is the one rune that Viper has no answer against. Actually, the plan now from Phosphor Pheeders, who are 5-5 and actually getting some really good farm bot lane, is just to go ahead, keep Lion roaming in and out. Thing is, if Crispy keeps track of Lion, or if a ward spots him, like this ward does right now, then it means that Lion's roaming is really not going to amount to a whole lot. Crispy's harass is very safe. He doesn't actually need to put the rocket in range, like he's been doing lately.
He's got the phase boots. I don't know how he's going to get away from this. Well, with the Viper Strike.
Oh, there's the centaur. There's the backup. The boys coming in. Oh, one more attack could do it!
Yes! I'm not really rooting for them, but I feel the underdog here. I feel so bad for Clive that I'm very excited for that.
Viper got a solo kill.
Or a flat-out kill without dying.
Let's check out this fight recap. That's 1,000 experience for Viper. This has been this Viper dying non-stop. Crispy almost level 11 as Viper hits level 9 off that 1,000 experience kill. Like, hell yeah, Clive Winston, you did it. You killed Crispy.
And the Blink Dagger picked up here on the Centaur, which is going to help a lot. I'm not sure why I didn't get the side shot, but it's okay.
It's fairly pushed in. I'll say this, Crispy's been doing well, but he's been dying a lot lately. And his Blink Dagger, like, he was at 1,300 gold a few minutes ago. Now he's only at 1,600. He is not getting enough money for his Blink Dagger. He's spending too much money dying and on TPs to get back to base. And you can see he's actually not going for the Blink Dagger build anymore. Now going for just Drums of Endurance.
Really? Oh, surprised me a bit. He was up to 17 or 1800 gold. But yeah, normally he would want to have it by now. And I guess it's not great to go into their lineup, especially with it.
Now that he started dying, now that Phosphor Pheeders has actually really reacted well to the mid lane woes, it makes a lot less sense, unless he wants to start using it for pickoffs in other lanes. But the problem is, in that case, he's diving into a Wraith King, into a Tidehunter, into a Lion, into a Razor. Those are all heroes that, if you're next to, they're going to stun you, and they're going to kill you. Like, they're going to set up a kill with a squishy hero like Gyrocopter. Especially that Lion. The Lion pick is going to just nullify a Blink Dagger outside of gank situations.
They're setting up to try and engage on this bot. Clearly to get Brad to blink in, stomp, ult. Yep, there they go.
Lion's dead. Lion's fine. Lion's gonna walk away. There we go. There's a glimpse back in. It actually kind of saved him for a second, but in the end, it was still taking him from 2 heroes to 2 more heroes.
Little disorganized, the ult there from Centaur after the glimpse, but it's not like it matters. As we said, that cooldown is even at level 1, 90 seconds only.
They could rotate in Tidehunter now, and if they start a fight right now, actually, Centaur still keeps his ultimate up. This would be a good time. I'd really like to see Tidehunter go bottom. He does not have Blink Dagger, though, so they're going to wait until he gets an extra 300 gold. Actually, he has TP scroll in his inventory, so he just needs 200. He needs 200 and the mana, which is a problem right now. Anchor Smash kind of taking him low. He won't have enough mana for an ultimate if he TP's out right now. He'll have just enough by the time he has his Blink Dagger.
Yep, they left, though. They're just stacking the jungle and stuff. It looks like that Bodega's doing. They know they're all in the jungle there, even without the wards.
Visibility on Crispy, he's going to use this. He's going to use to go aggressive, most likely. He has mana, he has HP. We're going to see a rocket come out, then a Invis Crispy follow-up. That is my question. Also, let's take a quick look at the experience graph.
It's all pretty even right now.
Yeah, there was a good spike in the mid-game as Crispy, the mid part of the graph, as Crispy started getting ahead. And actually pretty even on the side of gold as well. Initiation in the bot lane, stun comes out on the map Bodega. All the CC from League of Legends kind of whiffing though. Then comes a Lion ult, there goes the burst. One idle attack should do it from Razor. In comes Brad with a stun. Does it hit Adamo? Adamo almost going down though, but a great stun from Lion. Keeps him alive for 1 more second. Ultimate does pick off Razor in the bot. Simon with the great TP absorbs a leap. Down goes Ruds. Chiji is cool, it's still alive off to the side. Wraith King ultimate does go down. Crispy accidentally securing his own demise. Actually, the Invis Room popped. He does walk away. That was a 4 for, I want to say, just 1?
Yeah.
Great
Somehow
fight from Phosphor Pheeders.
Nope, they're going to get mad.
5 for 1. That was Matt Bodega with, not a die back, just the die TP after revival.
That could have been even worse. I'm not even sure they would have gotten the 1 kill. They went in right when Tidehunter was starting to walk back into his base up here with no mana. So he had to walk all the way in there, get some mana, and TP down there. And that finishes Blink. He's got 700 gold now. They got a tower. Bunch of levels on their supports who are like 5 and 6 before this fight are now 8. This is a huge swing.
I feel bad. I know someone asked for this. I forgot to put the fight recap up, and you can't look at it in the past like you can in replays. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But this is actually cool. Phosphor Pheeders going right into a smoke gank. They did not. I think the ward is dead. Yeah, the ward was already dead for League of Legends.
Yep.
They're gonna pick up Reflexy. He does have some backup though. Might be able to get away from this. Stun comes out from Wraith King, doing a lot of damage on. Great Disruptor ultimate, but there's just not that many people there. But the AOE is enough. Simon goes down. Adamo going for the 1v3. Not gonna do a whole lot. In comes Brad with the ultimate. They pick off 2. They pick off 3. Crispy makes that 4. That's a 1 for 4 right in response.
That's
fantastic.
Recap. Another recap.
Oh, it lasts like 5 seconds. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hadn't popped up yet. So 2,000 gold swing towards legal. Actually 3,000 with the gold lost by Phosphor Pheeders. and just a massive amount of experience.
The XP graph, it does a make nice little U-turn. It's brilliant.
Straight from the bottom straight back to even. And the nice thing for League of Legends is Tidehunter still doesn't have his ultimate up for a good 30 seconds. So he's going to pop back up. They can't defend this mid tower, even if Tidehunter was already alive. And it's going to go down. They're going to get a little bit more gold in their coffers. That U-turn progressing over on the side of League of Legends. That was a great fight response. That was a great setup by Matt Bodega.
Yeah, that was a brilliant disruptor ult was really what set all that up. I thought they were screwed, but and a great blink in by Brett too. He ulted, ran over the one, and then blinked forward after that with his blink still up to get the guys who were trying to get out of there. I don't think if he doesn't make that play, they probably would have survived. A couple more heroes would have survived on this side of Phosphor's.
And this is showing that Phosphor's, even though they were doing well, and they still are doing well, their team lineup hasn't really built into its tankiness yet. Like, Razor's going to get super beefy. Viper should get super beefy as well. Almost has a mech finish, but he doesn't yet. He doesn't have that extra bit of HP. Mech would have been key in that fight. They would have, survived probably with two or so more. So once you start picking up these beefy items, AoE initiation is going to be a whole lot weaker, but they're not there yet. I do not like Gyro's ultimate as damage for mid to late game.
No, 10 minutes from now.
That's going to translate into
especially
most
the
skills.
whole team besides maybe Lion is tanky as hell on Phosphor.
Yeah. So like they have lots of ways to deal with that, but right now that ultimate, it's doing what, about 300 damage? About 450 if both land, which is massive.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Wraith King, of course.
We do. Oh, nice glimpse
Well,
back on the Razor.
There's a follow-up though from Tidehunter, gets him on the reversal. Brad taking a lot of damage. Crispy getting bursted out to the side, picked off by the Razor field. And this is a great turnaround. They did lose one. Buyback coming in from Crispy, TPing back in. Pasquale going down low. Simon almost going down. Out comes the ultimate from Viper. Wraith King ultimate is proc. Crispy going for the 1v1 versus Clive. Wraith King actually did go down there. Ultimate wasn't available, I believe. Actually, almost tied up. So 3 for 3 so far. There was a buyback from Crispy. Missile going to hit Clive Winston in the butt, but he should be a-okay.
Yeah, and as you said, a mech there even would have been enormous. Not as perfectly timed and hit ults this time on League of Legends. You said, yeah, they're tanky on Phosphor. I worry as this goes later, although Crispy could just get totally out of control.
Crispy
but
going out of
Ags
control.
is coming soon on the Razor. The mech just got up on the Viper.
There's this buyback. Crispy lost gold in that fight.
Yeah.
And that was part of the buyback. The buyback also saved them, unfortunately. So
He's also going BKB, it looks like now, unless that's Ags, because he wants to global ult for some crazy
which
reason.
he doesn't. Okay, Ags Gyro is really bad.
Not gonna happen.
I love it. It's funny, but it doesn't. It's not actually useful because the ultimate doesn't do a lot. Like we said, as you get further in this game, it's going to be what, 600 damage, 550 damage, 650 with Ags, which is just not that much. 625 with Ags. It's worse than I thought. You still get a lot of damage out of it, so it's just not useful, especially because your team's not really going for pickoffs. If they start picking people off, could be awesome, but I don't think that's how League's going to play.
My worry here is that him going for the BKB, especially after that buyback, it's going to be a good 10 minutes before he has, it could be anyway, unless he goes on a rampage, some serious damage output with that flat cannon, so it's going to rely completely on his team and these AoE ults, like his call down, like the disruptor ult, and these guys are just getting tankier and tankier on the other side.
The problem really is that the AoE from Phosphor Pheeders is really just as strong. They have Tidehunter ultimate, now level 2, and you combine that with Razor's Q, the plasma field, it's about 700 burst damage in a massive AoE. So
yeah, I still like certainly the magic damage coming out teamfight wise from League of Legends a lot more, but they get BKB on the Razor and the Viper, and I don't know how they kill them at all.
They have some physical damage. Pasquale just isn't there. He's going for an early Yasha as well. Pretty much, you can do anything on Slark, I've found. People will go for just any varying amount of builds. But the issue I have right now is that he doesn't survive.
Can he get the Hex? He should just Dark Pact. He didn't get the Dark Pact off, but he can get the Hex.
Locking down a Slark is always difficult. It's Dark Pact 2, it's not just a one proc that just removes all CC. It is a second long.
Ticks.
Like, all of those ticks of damage is purging him. It's really hard to lock down Slark for a gank like that.
Absolutely. I think he had the opportunity to Hex him there, though. And if I'm Slark, I'm spamming my Q if I see anyone.
Yeah. Let me press the button that makes me not die ever. Actually, I love Slark as a hero. He's incredibly fun to play. I think he's my most picked this tournament.
So net worth-wise, I don't know if you have that up, but they got top 3 out of 4 on Phosphor now. They are up a tower, but that's not much gold in this patch at all.
Yeah, it's noticeable. If you look at the gold graph, when they pick up that tower, it helped close the gap. Actually kind of vaulted them back into even, but it's still kind of skewing heavily in favor of Phosphor Feeders. However, to give credit to League of Legends, they're not that far behind in the 4th and 5th spot, or actually 5th and 6th spot. Yeah, the top 6 net worths are incredibly close.
Are the cores for both teams, yeah.
Everyone's doing okay this game. Crispy's doing well, and then it kind of trickles down from there, but still relatively close. No one massively far ahead. No 2,000 gold lead. No full item advantage on anybody.
Bottle on the Wraith King. I'm not sure if this was bought or if this was passed off.
Double
Either way, I
check
kind of
that.
like that as a roaming support.
It's nice, and it'll guarantee the mana for an ultimate.
The eggs was finished on the Razor. That's a bit scary now. I would honestly like to feel like a BKB is... I don't know what they do to the Razor if he is a BKB or any of them.
I mean, he needs either BKB or just a
They
heart.
have no
Like, he just needs
physical damage
HP.
for a long time on League of Legends. At least 10 minutes with Crispy going Ogre Club, I feel like.
Actually, something interesting here. He has an axe, but he still only has level 1 ultimate. It's actually not that scary.
No, I mean it more so for the tankability at this point.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
level 11, it's certainly...
Level 11 is going to be a threat,
a
but it's
lot
just,
more.
it's odd just because Adamo's been roaming so much with the trialing as a group with his team. He does not have level 2 ultimate, which is really... Like, the way Razor's ultimate scales, it scales with the strike interval, so it hits faster and does more damage, so it really scales immensely level to level.
I really like this.
They're going to catch out Wraith King and Razor. UG is cool, going to get bursted down, goes down, reincarnation pop. That does mean Adamo survives, but Shiji's going to go down in the follow-up. Unless Titan gets a great ultimate off, does hit everybody, a little bit too late for poor Wraith King to survive, does buy back. In comes a chase. Adamo being focused down by both Pasquale and Ruds. Looks like he might go down. Finally bursted down the last second by the double edge from Centaur. It's 2 for 1 so far. Crispy trying to TP out. Do they have any CC? Anything? No. Makes it out. Doesn't die to the dot damage as well. But Bodega going to go down to this attack. No! We can actually see the Viper auto attack en route. Can I catch it here? It was on its way. But, of course, it's already been disjointed.
I really feel for them there.
So
I didn't see if... He did TP. I'm not sure how the Wraith King didn't get there fast because he bought back right away. TP'd, but didn't quite get there in time. I'm kind of not happy about his buyback there because he was at something like 17 or 1800 gold, like really close to his blink, and now he's put back to 1,000.
That fight was not going to last long enough for the buyback to do a lot, unfortunately.
No, it was definitely questionable, but Lion's actually very close to his blink as well. The thing is, you noted though, well, they're trying to chase after this. I was going to say, the thing that they noted as well was that the League of Legends is definitely ahead on XP on their cores, which they're going to get this line. I don't see how he survives. Unless the whiff... Okay, no, he's done it.
He's going to die, but he's going to get a spell off. Crispy might actually go down here. That whiff from Pascal really coming into play right now as I lag out. I have disconnected from the server.
Oh, darn. Well, I'll keep casting. Razor's running away. See, nope, can't get away. Viper turning around a bit, attacking. I don't see how he gets away at all, though he might get Slark. He should probably just go for that. Oh, he just get the Slark, and then Brad Warden and Matt Bodego bring him down. Brad Warden, as I noted in the chat, is always amusing. So it's a 5 for 1. I'll try and show this fight recap. I don't know that you guys will be able to see it at all.
There we go. It popped up.
6,000 gold toward League of Legends, but it's no, the XP change actually isn't that huge. 2,400, 2,600 toward League of Legends more.
I'm sorry, guys. This was a last-minute streaming setup, unfortunately. So all of a sudden, I'm streaming, and my internet does do that occasionally.
It happens. It happens.
Thank you, Berkeley. Thank you, NetPass. Or WebPass. That's it. It's actually a really good internet service. It just drops every like 30 minutes if it's busy.
So they did completely wipe Phosphor Feeders on that one. They got a 5-man wipe on them for what I believe was 3.
BKB now finished on Crispy.
Yeah, Crispy not dying there.
He did go down, like he wished on his dead, but I think that might have been, I don't know, it might have been late in the fight. I guess we'll see what happens. Stun could go on to Matt Bodega. Bodega gonna go down here, most likely. Good backup coming out though from Brad, but the kinetic field isn't quite enough. A lot of burst, a lot of AoE damage coming out from Razor with that plasma field, and a ward goes down as well. Like some heavy de-warding going on, some heavy warding going on over here for Phosphor Pheeders. They have jungle, the plateau, and their own ancients warded, just all around the bottom part of the map. Which seems very blind on the top side, but they haven't gone
Crispy
there.
definitely did go down there, but it was later in the fight.
So Razor now level 2, or level 2 ultimate on him. He's getting there. He really needs to keep building tanky, and he really needs to get level 3 ultimate. Like now that he has level 2 ultimate, the trick here is that level 3 ultimate's even better, even cooler. Like,
Big stack here for Crispy. It's going to help accelerate him to the damage item they desperately need to get some physical damage coming out.
Like they've been relying on burst and magical damage, but as Phosphor Pheeders gets tankier and tankier, that gets harder and harder.
Especially with the pipe about to be finished on Tidehunter.
How close is he? He is very close. That's only like a few hundred more gold till he finishes that up.
Yep. And Viper's almost at his Ags. Lion just got his Blink. A lot of items on both sides, actually, I guess, coming up soon. 4 staff almost done on Matt Bodega.
Pasquale almost has Sanjinyasha. I think at this point Sanjinyasha doesn't do a whole lot for him, unfortunately. Like it's a useful stat stick, but Slark really needs 2 items to get off the ground. So he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be effective, but he himself is not that useful. The Crimson Guard though from Ruds, I really like it. I think it's an amazing item, efficient for fights. It's gonna nullify a lot of the low DPS attacks. No one does a lot of auto attack, right click damage outside of Razor after he links up for a bit, and really that's about it. Viper's damage isn't that high. It's gonna be decent magical damage, but the actual right click itself is going to be nullified quite a bit by the Crimson Guard.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like how Brad's built this, both ability-wise and his items, and he's played really well this game.
The Destiny hasn't bringing them all Dota skills.
That's true. I don't know how much Dota he's been playing.
I think he's doing like the Destiny raid tomorrow or something. Like based off what I've heard, it's been a lot more on the Destiny side more than the Otis side for D games.
I do like Razor is going for the BKB here. He's got the Ogre Club just tanking up. Although, I don't know, by the time he gets it, Crispy will have some damage, I feel like, after the stack.
Crispy will have some damage, but Razor will have the back mech. He's going to have a lot of defense versus physical damage, really.
Yeah, he's going to get the Yasha right now, the Manta soon. This could be a team fight breaking out.
Oh, there it is! Fantastic 3-man ultimate coming out from Tidehunter. Great walkaway from Pasquale. Good defense by Reflexy and Bodega. Ultimate Macro Pyre, though, taking out Razor. Line pick off to the side already. Looks like it's going to be possibly a 3 for none. Shiji is cool, goes down a second time, tries to TP at the last second. Out goes Simon. Simon is trying to walk away. He will walk away into his watery grave. I guess if he's going to die somewhere, a Tidehunter dying in a river is probably the most comfortable.
And that's an easy rush for him. That was perfect Matt Bodega kinetic field and static storm on there into the Macrofire.
They walked into a great fight, but they also walked into all the CC from Pasquale and Reflexy. So, Jakiro didn't die early on in the fight, neither did Bodega. So
yeah,
that wasn't good CC off.
They saw at least 3 there, and they knew the Viper wasn't with them at all, who's a large amount of the damage, and their mech, with the Ags in the mech. I don't know, sometimes you see red as tide, you see 3 guys you can blink ult on, and you just gotta do it.
If they'd been able to burst on 1, that probably would have been enough. That would have been probably, I'd say, a successful fight, an easy kill, but they split the DPS a bit. They focused Pasquale. And Pasquale is like, if you don't burst him down, he gets away. Very few teams can lock him down. If they'd had a long-term silence, maybe they could have picked him off, but not with quick short stuns.
He's not doing a ton of damage at this point too, so I don't totally agree with them going after him. He's actually getting. I thought he was going to SNY, but he was going right into a BKB as well.
which is that's acceptable. I'll give him credit for that, just because there's a lot of CC and you can get chain stunned to Slark. But the really, I mean, that was just a way to divide the fight. They needed that organization, that coordination. Had they bursted down one, they had Lion ultimate. They should have been able to kill someone, and they didn't focus properly and getting punished for that.
Yeah, they do have a great front line on League of Legends with Brad and Pasquale being up there. It's really hard to bring either of them down. It doesn't seem like they're focusing the ones they need to fast enough.
Really, a lot of these fights do come down to Bodega and
he's had some
Flexi.
perfect kinetic fields and static storms. Does an incredible amount of damage if you're just sat in there, because then you're getting hit all by the Dark Pact, the full force of the static storm. They have the full double edge, the macropyre, all this team.
You can kind of walk out of the macropyre, but then your team just cordon off to the other half of the kinetic field. It's wrangling a team.
Stomped.
So great team fight, easy push on the mid tower. Poor Phosphor Pheeders. PP. Just stuck in their base now. They want to wait out the Aegis. Engaging Crispy with it right now is a dangerous thing. He doesn't have long cooldowns. Well, actually, he has a decently long cooldown with the Flag Cannon, the ultimate. But really, if they try and first focus him down, and he pops back up. He'll still have the rocket and the rocket barrage up. The missile
and the BKB, and then however they can. Well, I guess they have a decent amount of physical damage, but
like Crispy is still gonna be a tough cookie to bring down.
yeah.
The question is, how much push can League of Legends put out right now? Ultimate goes down onto Bodega. The Ags is finished by Viper, so it's not going to be a long cooldown, of course. Yeah. And it does take him down to about half HP, so... Like that is how much damage they deal. There's a lot of damage on Phosphor Pheeders. They just need to coordinate it.
Viper not being there for that fight was huge. And also, Razor not having his BKB yet. He just... Don't want to say caught out, but getting stuck in that static storm, he's useless.
Yep. It's unfortunate. Are they going to engage on this? They could try and go for a Blink Initiation. You can see now Clive Winston, he's just ulting supports. And I love this decision, because it means League of Legends, they don't have mech yet. They don't have good sustain for either Reflexi or Matt Bodega. So
I'm right here waiting on a Ravage. I don't know if they should do that, though.
If they can get Reflexi and Bodega down quickly in a fight, it's going to be totally worth it. But they have to get them down instantly. You can see that's what Viper's going for. It's kind of silly, like he's just going for one ult per push, but it's enough. Initiation actually coming in from Brad. This could be huge in response, though. Call down coming out. Who's going to go down first? Great ultimate from Simon123. They take down Pasquale already. Amazing static storm, though. Going to pick off Control 3. Glimpse back onto Clive Winston. Should get taken down. Rudd's going down in the front line, though. Crispy also in the front, trying to pick off whoever he can. Adamo going down. Izzy no, survives for a second.
Run!
Walking away. The missile won't be able to see him. He's not going to have vision. Crispy alive, pops the BKB, now walking out of the fight. He's just gonna walk away.
Why was that TP cancelled by Viper?
I think he assumed he wouldn't be able to actually follow up as his team had backed up. Or it could have been a mischief queue. We'll see.
Ooh, he gets that ult off on him, which was up at that point, because he'd run all the way back to the well. I think Crispy, if possible, Crispy would have died there. Still a great fight for them, though. There's a really, really great positioning by the Viper, if you saw it, to barely not die. Got the mech off, got out without dying. Same with the Razor, somehow lived barely. Crispy, I'm sure, incredibly frustrated.
That was too aggressive a fight. That was a hell of a dive. They went into the base.
Pasquale blew up instantly. I'm not sure. He didn't get his BKB off. I thought he had it by then, so I'm not sure why he used it. He didn't use it after he went in. Good ult, static storm by the Disruptor, but he didn't get a kinetic field to surround them and keep them in there, and everybody just spread apart, so Crispy couldn't do enough with his Flak Cannon, with his ult.
It was a spread out fight. It let Phosphor Pheeders really abuse Viper's ultimate. It let Phosphor Pheeders abuse Razor, who surviving at that last... Like, that's a huge survival right there. Because if not, it's a lot more gold. That's Crispy getting a lot more net worth out of it. And we're seeing something that's not too uncommon, which is Crispy out in the lead by about 3k. He's definitely a power player right now in this game. He is the guy that you want to bring down. And then we see like the block of Phosphor Pheeders, 3 members of Phosphor Pheeders taking up the next few roles. This actually happened in Game 2 of League of Legends versus Poutine King Bar. So this is an uncommon trend. The difference is it really is a close match for the other members. Like gold difference is only about 2,500 in favor of League of Legends. It's the Crispy difference.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not nearly that high, honestly. I thought the swing would. Well, the swing actually did go back incredibly. Look at that XP graph.
It's still very massive. XP does have a little bit more
So look at this patch. It's just
disbursement.
it's so striking how much the difference between the change in XP and the change in gold. It's unbelievable.
I love it. I love this patch.
I actually do. I mean, if ESL is any indicator,
It makes really good games.
Yeah, small sample size, but
Like the idea is
what
don't
League
screw
of
up.
Legends here? That was Aegis. They didn't, execute as well as I'm sure they can and show that they have before. But that was a rough team fight, and now the Razor does have his BKB. The Viper's about to have his BKB. Well, 1,300 gold off, 1,400 gold off. I'm worried anyway. I'm very worried.
We're getting to the key level for Razor 16. Like that's when his ultimate is absolutely terrifying. It's scary at level 11. It's okay at level 1, level 6, but the max level Razor ultimate's going to be huge. Push onto this top tower from League of Legends. So, something I found with teams is they don't mind losing it at this point in the game because it's just a good refresh on the glyph fortification if it happens to be down.
It's back, whatever. It's only 150 gold a person or whatever it is at this point.
You don't want to lose it, but if you do lose it, hey, you can defend your mid racks a little bit better now if the glyph has been used.
Ults all up on both sides. No Aegis now, though. I don't know. If I were League of Legends, I would be a little scared just because of how the last fight went.
How is their vision? They don't have any good ward coverage in the area. They don't know where Simon is. They have to play very far back. I'd be worried about Viper doing what he did last time and just going for quick bursts of damage, quick pickoffs with his ultimate and setting up a better fight off that. What makes it scarier is that there still isn't a mech on Reflexy. He's close, 100 gold, and he has a mech.
Can Tide see
Doesn't have it
this?
quite yet.
Slark? No, I guess he can't. The tree's probably in the way. Now he can.
Used by Brad. Ultimate from Simon, though, hits all 5. Great initiation. Provoking Storm does go down to the back. Brad already down, though. Simon 1, 2, 3 stuck in the field. The Macro Power doing a lot of work versus Shiji is cool as well. They do take down Shiji, but it's just a reincarnation. Crispy surviving off to the side. Barely any HP. And now it's just a very low HP League of Legends team stuck as Matt Bodega. Run, Matt Bodega, run. Shiji should have his blink up in a second, though.
No chance.
It's the 5-man Tidehunter ultimate. It's amazing. It's a great spell. Tidehunter's seen a little bit less play this patch, but he still has a goddamn good ultimate.
Did he even? He didn't even get it off. I think he only got it off on 3 as well, because the BKBs on Pasquale and Crispy, which I think came out well that time. But they just don't have the damage output to do anything without their magic damage on the enemy cores when Razor has his BKB.
Oh, okay.
BKB done on Viper now. This is...
Crispy almost did something very stupid. He almost
see.
he was rotating towards bot to chase down Viper with a haste rune. Thing is, he spotted Shiji's cool off to the side, which would have been very, very unfortunate had he not seen him. He might have just been walking through the jungle to purchase items. And yeah, they don't have the DPS, they don't have the damage. Gyro needs a lot of items for that massive teamfight influence once BKB start getting picked up, like you said. And he does okay damage. Crispy's doing a decent amount of massive flat cannon damage.
Oh, Crispy's doing fine, but there's no one else doing it.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's just
has
Crispy.
Yasha. He's not putting out any damage besides his Dark Pact and his Pounce basically at this point, unless the fight goes a long time. And hey, if the fight goes a long time, that means Viper and Razor are having the fight go a long time, and I'll take that any day of the week over the Slark.
Like he doesn't have any defense. Like look at him do this stack. He's taken down quite low. Like he's gonna be at about 400 HP by the time it finishes. Yeah, he's gonna heal up, but he doesn't have any defensive items for, I'd say, sustained fights. Like he doesn't get out of a fight.
Viper's caught out down here. Oh, they back away. They should have gone on that. It was a fortunate sentry ward that they had there when Viper was walking around with an invis exploring.
Could have been close, could have been tight, but unfortunately the Viper survives.
They didn't know where. They don't have offensive wards really, so they don't know where everyone is. Scary thing again. 2,100 gold and an Oblivion Staff up on Tidehunter. I mean, if you're Crispy, yep, he bought the Demon Edge. I was gonna say he could almost buy the. Is it? No, it's an MKB. Oh, was hoping he'd go back and buy a Divine Rapier there and say screw it. I wouldn't have been if they had taken a Roche around now. I wouldn't have been surprised if Crispy just went full on Divine Rapier at this point. He knows that they're not outputting the damage, and I don't know that he's gonna like it going later and later.
I would have liked to see the Rapier, actually. I think Rapier would have been a really good pickup had they gotten the Aegis. Just because
He can't survive though. Yeah, definitely. If they
without the Aegis, he dies. Like, he barely survived last fight, and you put a Rapier on him, everything is going towards Crispy. They're going to have Finger of Death, they're going to have the ultimate come out from Tidehunter, and the BKB on Crispy is getting shorter and shorter. It's down to 7 seconds already. So there's not a lot left on that BKB. That's actually something unfortunate. He got the early BKB because he kind of needed to.
He's got 7 seconds on there. I think he's fine on that.
But like, if you're picking up a Divine Rapier, you want that to last as long as possible. It's getting too short, I'd say, for a non-Aegis Rapier.
I mean, if they're not taking down at least a few of the enemy team in 7 seconds with a Divine Rapier, they're not winning that fight anyway, I feel like.
The concern for me would be, what if they get initiated on by Tidehunter? What if the fight starts on them?
Yeah.
Because what they need to do now is Crispy needs to use it before a fight starts, just in case. Smoke
Yeah, they
coming
do
out.
have a lot of initiation with the blink on the Wraith, the blink on the Lion, the blink. Are they smoking up here? They are.
Smoking right into a ward. We'll not spot them. I forgot it worked like that for a second. Oh, it's stun on a reflection.
They should just leave him and run.
He's gone. He's dead. Rest in peace. Center ultimate seized. Alright, that's fine. It's not a huge cooldown. Still a good 70 seconds till it's back up, but whatever.
This could be Roche just off of that.
60 seconds.
I really like how Phosphor Pheeders is playing. Back up, immediately throw the sentry wards down. Going into Roche. Yes, they are.
Oh, they're going to rush. This ward's about to die too. For
I
legal
don't know why
Legends.
they didn't deward this, but whatever.
They never went up there. They never got vision.
Okay. No, they can see it though. Their observer ward can see that. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's about to end.
Oh yeah, it can. Huh. Regardless, it's not going to last long, and they can just go ahead and pick up Roche in the meantime. Crispy's going to get the top tower though. Like, that thing will
doing
go
what he
down.
can. That common trade.
Efficient, worth it. There's not massive split push from League of Legends. Like Crispy can split push. It doesn't have boost travel quite yet, but it's still not the same as, let's say, a Furion or Ember Spirit or even Slark. If Slark was doing better, then all of a sudden having split push opportunities would be a little bit more threatening, just because he is so mobile as a hero. But he doesn't have anything still. He has Basher and Yasha. I don't know how I feel about this build. His attack speed isn't that high. You really want to get a decent amount of attack speed.
He should have the money. I mean, what's he going to build?
The question is the Basher going to be useful? I guess that's going to come down to when he gets those Bash procs. He didn't get the kill on the Ogre as he goes to the bounty room. It's actually fine because the Ogre went out to meet him. Efficient.
I mean, go in the Abyssal. It's fine. I feel like is why he went the Skull Basher right now. Yeah, it's not huge, but I do feel like almost like he just has to go pure damage.
I guess at this point he can't really build up into anything. Scotty
I mean,
wouldn't be that effective.
Scotty would be terrible. I feel like at this point he's going to survive a little longer, and that's going to do nothing because he's going to just get kited, get killed by the Razor and the Viper.
Yeah, the issue really is Razor and Viper this fight. If he could, like, a Blink would have been useful early on. He might have been able to use it to disengage after CC gets bursted out. But by now, like, the Blink will not do a lot.
Tanky on Phosphor Pheeders. You get that pipe out, you get that mech. They're all so damn tanky.
This is a hard Slark team. Like, if you're ahead of Slark, a tanky team's awesome because you build up your passive more. But if you're even or behind, then he's just not killing anybody.
Yeah, I think this was a really nice try by Phosphor here. Lined properly.
We're down here for League of Legends, actually spotted out by the Sentry Ward, so if we see Phosphor Pheeders going the aggressive, there goes all the vision. The Phosphor Pheeders' vision has actually kind of dwindled down a bit. They've really liked this bottom part of the map. Like, there's constantly a ward over here, and I'm not sure what this covers, because they've also had this ward up while the tower was up, so I don't know if they realize it's not really doing anything for them. It's a little bit too defensive for how they're playing. So League of Legends lose fights when they go the offensive. This is going to be a defensive fight if it does go down.
I don't know if they feel like they can go into this. I got a feeling they really want that Disruptor Ags. Oh, no, Brad Warden goes in.
Can they get Clive Winston taking a lot of damage? Pops the mech, pops the BKB though. Shiji is cool taking a lot of bursts. In the meantime, Clive Winston will be going down. So the first victim is Viper. Great CC coming out from Reflexive. Great macro fire as well. It's great groupage, great kinetic field. Everyone clumped together in that small little spot, and they're going to go ahead, take down Razor. He does have the Aegis, but, well, there's 4 people there. There's a lot of CC. Actually, Adamo going forward, going aggressive, doesn't have anything up. Gonna die.
Damage on Crispy there.
That was just a really bad split from Phosphor Pheeders. It gave a chance for Crispy to anticipate the fight, to get the BKB off pad, and his ultimate didn't do a lot for that reason. And they started that out with, I'd say, one of their highest DPS damage dealers, just getting bursted down. Really, I don't know about the mech, or not the mech, the Aegis going on to Razor, now that his ultimate no longer lasts through Reincarnation.
Viper.
Probably should have gone to Viper just because he's doing a lot more in terms of sustained damage.
What's the, let's check the buyback status here. What do they got?
We got 2.
Guess we don't need to worry about it, yeah. But they don't have it on Viper, they don't have it on Tide. That'll back them off, though. Satanic finish on. The thing was, I'm not sure about their focus in that fight. No one focused Crispy, and it's not like they didn't get their BKBs off. Viper definitely used his. Razor needs to get that static link off on Crispy, and they need to focus him down. He's all their damage. Oop. Going on Pasquale here. He's just going to TP out. Can he? Yes.
Oh, the last second spike. Close.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't use that, or maybe it was already used. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I came into that fight a little bit late. He may have not realized that he was TPing out. Because he was invisible, so the animation wasn't playing. That's unfortunate, but hey, still a relatively even game. Crispy is scary. Sark getting up there now.
No, yeah, I think Crispy with the Satanic is actually might be.
That might be it.
Yeah, he might be getting over that precipice of being able to carry this completely. As long as the thing was the brilliant kinetic field kept them all out. I don't know why. I figure, you know, just BKBs, walk out of that, go kill this Crispy, go on this Crispy. But he killed 3-4 guys before, certainly the Wraith King, if you're half a guy, before he took any damage at all. And now he has a Satanic.
Now he has a Satanic, now he has a double damage rune.
He has a DD.
They did not spot this on Phosphor Pheeders. Smoke's been popped as well. They're going to catch out Razor, they're going to catch out Wraith King unless they can make it back right about now. Blink from Brad would be huge here. It's almost guaranteed 2 kills. Stun does land onto 2 as well. Lion not going to survive this. Actually, good disengage from Razor. Gets him out of there at least. They're going for the chase. Can they get a little bit more CC? There's that bash proc. There is that CC coming into play. Leap does connect. The second BKB falls off. Great job. Great timing from Pasquale. Shiji is cool. Goes down. Goes back up. And then he's going to go back down. Viper pops in last second, but can't do a whole lot. Tidehunter as well, back in the base. That was a really good smoke, a really effective use of the double damage rune. BKB cleared it off, of course, but still, that was great pickings.
Yeah, this, 50 minutes took, around the 30 to 40 minute, I really thought Phosphor Pheeders too tanky for them to do anything too, really liking all their BKB pickups, but they weren't able, especially that last fight, to just get up there and get a rack. So I don't.
They haven't farmed
at this point.
Crispy at 300 CS. The next highest is Razor at 200. They don't have that core, carry farming up the gold, unfortunately. And it's showing.
You get 10 gold graphs now. It's pretty rough.
Yeah. Spike right back up. I mean, really, it's not even the gold at this point. It's the base. Like, all right, yeah.
Oh, base is gone. Yeah, I mean, they lost the game. I don't see any way that they come back from this.
The ultimate throw from League of Legends. Will we see it? Will we see the toss?
So that, I honestly thought, if anything, Phosphor might have been in the lead before that fight there mid.
Initiation, actually. Refresher coming out from Tidehunter. Gets the double ultimate. Crispy not being focused down, though. Just kind of in the front line. BKB pops, not taking any damage.
Get the Slark, kill the Crispy. No.
Like Slark does some damage. This can be easy to clean up.
This guy. Kill this guy. No one likes him. He didn't even have to use a Satanic there.
Yep. He popped BKB, sat there, and just killed everybody. Which is something nice to do when you're a carry, when you can do that. It's like, alright team, just do everything. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna do my thing. You guys just take all the focus for a bit. So the League of Legends with really some great counter engages, some great farming. I mean, Daily Dota take the victory. Are they Daily
Great.
Dota or League of Legends?
By the especially Map Bodega there, I thought with a couple of the ults, Tide blinked into a static storm there in the one fight. Which wasn't the best on their side, but that fight by that tier 2 going aggressive by Phosphor Feeders I think was really the tipping point. I thought it was in their favor even until maybe Bodega got an Ags, which he was going for, which I thought at that point if he gets the good ults he'd been getting, I don't see how they can do anything, but not focusing the right guys. They kept focusing the Slark and the Centaur, which is exactly what Crispy wants. He doesn't want them to go up to him.
That's exactly what Brad wants on Centaur. Like, heck, the Centaur is doing more damage because of that. And Slark.
You got an AC and the Crimson Guard on the Centaur Warrunner. There's no way you're killing that guy quickly. Slark, doesn't matter if his farm isn't amazing. He takes forever to kill, always, with his ult.
Unless you're bursting him down with AoE, Slark is usually not too priority of a target. With that, I mean, like that was a solid game. I want to see how Phosphor Feeders recover, because they definitely had some pretty high moments in this game. Wasn't a stomp. This was a 51-minute game, and it needed to go to 51 minutes. Stalling from either side. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get into the next game. I'm going to toss up an overlay, and we'll be right back.
Captain's mode.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Recreational. I remembered to switch the overlays. I did it.
Nice.
We're not looking at the Recreational
Show the fight
logo
recap.
taken out.
This
I'm
the fight
clicking.
recap.
I'm clicking. It's not doing anything, Draka. It's not doing anything.
So, dire side for League of Legends this time, and first pick, first ban. Really liked that last game. I thought there was good play on both sides. Great initiation, great team fights. Interesting smokes moving around the map. Same band so far, essentially, although Terrorblade by Phosphor, which makes sense since Dire has the first pick this time. Crispy's probably happy about that because he just didn't want to see it at all and didn't want to ban it himself.
I mean, Terrorblade is just ridiculously good. Like, that is his problem. He is an amazing hero, and it's really hard for anybody to say he should be let through bans, unless you know they don't have a Terrorblade player. Which, I've played Terrorblade. It's not that hard to push with him. Like, that stuff can be tricky, but it's like farming and pushing is very easy on Terrorblade, so most teams will have a Terrorblade player.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's harder than a lot of carries to organize. Especially, I think a lot of it is hard for a team to play around him, or can
Yes. That's the tricky part.
And Brad is upset, I'm sure, as I was saying, because he has the Arcana, spent the $35 on that beautiful...
Maybe that ban from Crispy isn't for Phosphor Pheeders. Maybe it's for Brad.
Same bands, different order, but exact same bands coming out.
That makes sense.
Less
Death Prophet
time.
Lycan still amazing in 6.82.
Tied. So we'll see what... On the Dire as well, so we'll see if this diverges at all. I loved Brad's Brad Warden, honestly. I would almost feel like if they don't pick it, Phosphor should grab it to deny it to him. Hit some really great initiations. He used his blink incredibly well, like when it was in mid-combat while it was off, cooldown, getting to the back. Ooh, Legion come. This is exciting. Okay, here we go.
Alright. The question
That's
is,
probably Crispy if I gotta guess. Maybe it's Pasquale.
does he like Legion Command? I know he doesn't like her mid, because he's told me that when I've played her mid, but it could
I don't
be...
think she's bad. I mean, it depends on the matchup, but
Yeah.
a lot of things that you would think she'd be bad at, her W removes with the Purge. Like, she's pretty good against Quap. Removes a Shadow Strike. A lot of the traditional harassers she's actually really good against. And that Q is just ridiculous, even with the
Overwhelming
nerf.
odds. 20 less base damage does not matter when it was doing so
Stupid.
much more.
Stupid ability. You were talking about annoying abilities like the missile for the gyrocopter, and maybe overwhelming odds is more annoying in lane.
I'd say the missile does more damage, but overwhelming odds has the advantage
It's
where...
like it's always up and it's always killing me. I don't know.
It's
I
got a decent
don't
cooldown.
think
It's like
so.
13 seconds. It's not spammable, and she doesn't
No.
have the mana to support it. But the problem really is that once you get a bubble, once you get sustain, if you're in lane for a significant amount of time, LC gets the HP advantage because of her heal, because of overwhelming odds. I do want to see how the mana nerf to the heal comes into play.
2 minutes ahead. Avenge. Okay, I see this against the Legion. It's not. That's not a bad pick at all. I like both of these picks actually for Phosphor here. Seems like they have a game plan. They know what they want to do against the Legion.
Legion can be shut down, of course. Like, she is incredibly obnoxious, but
She doesn't get duels.
You stun her, you get her out of a duel. She doesn't even have to not get the kill in the end, but if you can stop that duel damage, she very quickly peters out. She is an all or nothing snowballer in a lot of ways. Skywrath Mage is locked with Legion Commander. That is an amazing combo, just because duel is a 4-second CC, and Skywrath Mage and his ultimate is amazing for something like that.
And even without Blink, it makes it so easy to catch up with the concussive shot on the Skywrath into the overwhelming odds. You close the distance in a second.
You get 500 move speed Legion Commander against a 200 move speed enemy team.
Yep.
Like,
Ban of
that's two
Viper, like that. Like
two
that.
annoying heroes being picked up by League of Legends.
Sand King. This is same exact bans by Phosphor. They're just picking differently.
They're all solid bans as well. I mean, we saw Fi's play at ESL. Not to say Reflexy is Fi, but Sand King can do significant amounts of work. Like, he's an amazing support. He's a decent offlaner. He will get farm in the jungle because of Sandstorm. Like, he can do so much. Really, with even a weaker start, he will be relevant in games just because his stun is solid as well.
Absolutely. What do you
Viper
ban here?
banned out.
Razor? Ban the same things, or you ban what you're worried about? Okay, I like the Shadow Shaman ban. That's just a great hero.
Viper banned out. I like that ban versus LC because A, they know Phosphor Feeders will play her or play it, and B, LC does not do well versus Viper.
Wisp!
Oh,
Ooh.
I think this is the first Wisp this tournament.
If they have a good Wisp player too, you just take whomever Legion's dueling out of the fight. Just go by. Who cares? Same thing with Avenge. Oh, this might be the first IO. If they have a good IO player, I'm really excited for this. And what do you think, Tiny? Are they doing the Tiny? They're taking a page out of VG's book?
I mean, if they want to go for the Tiny pick, Tiny has this really weak point, like as he's finishing his Ags, where he just doesn't do a whole lot compared to other carries. So if that's what they're going for...
There's still the Dire Tide Hunter as well, which is both great in his own right and good against IO jumping in with somebody is often picked as a counter pick.
Yeah, I'm concerned if they do go for the Tiny pick because they're just going to have such a team that's so weak physically. So if we see some minus armor come out from League of Legends, that'll just nip that in the bud. But if they do go for that lane, I mean, IO, Vengeful Spirit, and Tiny combined, they'll get kills.
Pick was late, that's for sure. Physical damage. There's plenty of physical damage then.
We'll see. Disruptor being tough.
They're okay. Another one to counter them. And Matt Bodega had a honestly pretty brilliant. Yep, there's the Tiny. Pretty brilliant disruptor last game. Not from the glimpses, which will be probably the larger thing this game. Although you can't set them up with old static field, or kinetic field rather, static storm kinetic field, and you see them warp in. But you can just send the Tiny back, kill the IO, send the IO back, leave the Tiny to die.
Like really, if we see any overzealous, over aggressive ultimates from Wisp, then one of them is going to die, Tiny or IO, just because they'll be caught out on their own.
Yeah.
And I really want to see how they finish off this line from Phosphor Feeders. They have a great offlane, a great tri lane. Who's the mid? Who's going to be the guy that kind of balances together, holds some of the early game aggression so Tiny can get that farm? Or who's going to go ahead and benefit from those IO Tiny ganks or IO Vengeful Spirit or IO set? Like actually every pick with Wisp right now can gank incredibly effectively. Like these are all amazing gankers. So I want to see who's going to round this up. Viper would have been an okay pick. But
this isn't an easy team to run though for Phosphor Feeders.
Yeah, if they fall behind, they're going to be dependent on pretty much nothing but ganks, and that's a good 5-man team right now from League of Legends. Like,
if they're doing the IO Tiny mid, ooh, Juggernaut. Okay, so I think this is a Legion Commander mid, unless it's off lane like Bone 7 was doing and stuff. But I don't think Crispy likes that. I don't know that Brad particularly has done that. If he's continuing on the off lane. The Jug is nice against what they have, though. Not against the Sen.
Yeah, Juggernaut has the advantage right now where he pretty much ignores all of the early game damage with his spin. There is a slight disadvantage. The ultimate's not going to be super effective versus Tiny once he picks up some armor, but it's going to be super effective versus Wisp. That's actually a beefy lineup from Phosphor Feeders because Vengeful Spirit has really good strength growth as well. So
they beefy. They did it last time and it worked pretty well. They win, but. I'm actually really surprised by that disruptor after that play last game. Although I guess if you know you're picking up IO, you gotta. No, I don't like the Tide ban. I don't think they're picking a Tide here. You gotta ban the Witch Doctor as well. But that disruptor play, especially against an IO, I think is gonna be tough.
Who's the mid they expect from League of Legends? Who's the most threatening character in this situation? I can't really think of who. Like, if they could go for more offensive ganking, maybe like a Storm Speed or something, but I don't think that's what they're going to run.
Would have liked the Tide, that was what I was saying. Because I don't think that Legion is going to be offlane. So I don't think Tide would have been a bad pick here. Reading it the opposite way.
Who's the finisher? Who's the cleanup crew? Unless we do see a mid, like you said, mid Tiny IO.
It's either mid Tiny IO or, just a straight mid. They still have the Razor, they liked the Razor before. Good, certainly mid.
And Razor can do well versus Legion Commander. It's really hard for Legion Commander to go too aggressive onto Razor just because the link will be popped if she ever gets in dual range. As well as the additional purge Razor will provide.
Guess I'm expecting a Bristle if they're looking for an offlaner on League of Legends.
Bristle does incredibly well
Brad
versus
is
Tiny.
really comfortable with. I'm not saying it's perfect for this situation, but
I love Bristle versus IO Tiny because Tiny and IO just absolutely no armor. So
Yeah, it's true.
the Quill Spray will destroy both those heroes. Vengeful Spirit will be effective still, but in the end, it's like you can kill a Bristleback multiple times in lane, and Tiny still can't 1v1 him just because his burst combo is really all in terms of mana, and Bristleback himself just will constantly shred through Tiny and his abysmal armor. He gets what, like 0.8 agility level? Like it's less than 1 for sure, and he starts at 0 armor. Like he's not gonna survive versus Bristleback till mid to late game once he has some items.
Also be tough for, even if this were a tri-lane, for them to harass him out, to be honest. The spirits would do pretty well, but after he gets 3 levels or so and puts 2 in his deck. Ooh. So that's interesting. Do you think that's mid?
That's
core.
Crispy's run it before.
No, that's Phosphor.
Oh wait, Phosphor. Whoa, yeah. I'd say it kind of has to be.
I mean, it could be safe lane and mid Tiny, although I don't love the silencer. Certainly if it were a Bristleback there, what do? You have no worry whatsoever. I even like the Bristleback pick even more now, assuming that we read the lanes correctly for League of Legends. Maybe they were thinking something entirely differently. Maybe they are thinking the offlane Legion.
5 seconds.
But I would expect the tri-lane, or even...
Reserve time.
Do they think about an aggressive tri-lane at this point in League of Legends?
Okay, that is Ember Spirit for the mid lane. That has Crispy locks it in right away.
So now I'm curious as to how they're laning this.
That has to be off lane, Legion Commander. Yeah, Pascal gonna take her to the off lane.
Dual lanes. Is this dual lanes?
I don't think so. I don't think they need to dual lane this. I think they can go like Disruptor Juggernaut, Skywrath Mage is an amazing combo. That'll kill Centaur.
My question. Like I don't see, or at least it would be very weird to me if they did safe lane try, or I don't see what they gain from that.
I would like to see them go aggressive at the same time. If Elsie can get experience, she's really effective versus tri-lanes because of overwhelming odds being an amazing spell.
Although same with Brad on the Juggernaut is playing good with the healing ward and the spin against this team early. They don't have anything.
I mean they can go aggressive, they can go defensive. I think what has to happen is they have to at some point before level 6 rotate to whoever is offlaning.
See, I don't remember who played what on Phosphor last time. Ooh, my game's lagging out. So I guess you're casting for a little bit.
The game is paused on my end, so go ahead and introduce the teams. So Clive Winston played the mid last game, and he's on Silencer this game. Some123 is playing Centaur this game, offlane last game, so I think it's actually same roles as last time. Provoking a Storm on the Vengeful Spirit support, Adamo on the Tiny carry, and a good old-fashioned Shiji's Cool on that IO, who is currently invisible. He hasn't loaded into the game yet.
I haven't either. Mine froze. Is that why they paused? Did someone freeze as well?
No, Crispy has to pee.
Ah.
So congratulations to Crispy, who's currently using the bathroom.
Oh, I got loaded in now.
We should give him that one up. Crispy's very explicit about when he's going to use the restroom.
I didn't see. So anyway, I think League of Legends can take advantage of their, at least what I see as lane advantage, or what they could exploit lane advantage wise.
For some reason, I can't select heroes, and they're cycling randomly.
That's lovely. Mine's fine right now.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how this goes. Wait, what? Alright. Weird bug. For the side of League of Legends, though, we go for those introductions. Crispy on that mid Ember Spirit. Top lane, actually, we have Pasquale heading their solo, so it could be an aggressive trial lane. Brad Shoemaker on the Juggernaut. Backing him up, Reflexy on the Disruptor. And it could be dual lanes, as Matt Bodega does head top lane.
This can't be. They're doing off-lane Juggernaut? Are they expecting an aggro?
That could be the case. Actually,
it is an off-lane Jug. He has boots and he has an observer ward. I
was actually
so
talking
they're actually
to,
doing the mid IO Tiny. I think Silencer is actually going to be pretty happy with this if that's the case.
I mean,
he's currently safe lane.
If he's 1v1 versus Juggernaut, he can toss down Curse to the Silent, and Juggernaut doesn't have the mana to deal with it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Okay, Blade Fury gets rid of it, but Blade Fury costs 110 mana. Juggernaut cannot just sit through that.
Twice before he has 0 mana after some regen. Yeah, I'm not really. I don't. Not sure what Crispy thought the lanes were going to be, but I felt like they could have. They could have exploited what I
So-
thought was an obvious weakness on the safe lane for Phosphor Feeders, or likely weakness.
I just like to say, if you're watching the stream and you see the selected hero changing randomly. Wait,
No, I know. I don't.
who
certainly.
do you have selected right now?
I have Reflexy.
Okay, then yeah, it's just being weird and buggy. Like, it's gonna change randomly, and I don't know what's causing it, so sorry about that.
Reconnect. I would think is probably fine. I don't think it's a big deal. Nothing's happened yet, and I can radio cast if anything big happens. Right now
Actually-
they are doing the two mid against Crispy, which Crispy, I don't know. We'll see how he does up against that. Venge coming back down bottom to go with the silencer here. I don't see Brad getting anything in this lane. It feels very terrible for him. Centaur not going to have a ton of fun against the Skywrath, but he did pick up 8 tangos and a healing salve, so he should actually be fine, at least for a very long time, to gain XP. Crispy harassing
Actually, I
down there.
cannot select
IO.
heroes this game, so we'll see how this goes.
You can't select heroes? Can you? Did you reconnect?
Yeah, like it's just randomly selecting things at the bottom of the screen. Like
I
Matt's
would-
tiny illusion, range creep.
Bree.
I'm not gonna restart the game. It's not a huge deal. It's just kind of
Okay.
odd. Well, like you said, the offlaners are gonna have issues. I mean, dangerous offlane from League of Legends, and this is solo Juggernaut going up against a silencer. He doesn't have the mana to survive against this lane, and he's not going to. Because Brad didn't just start with
Crispy
boots.
going on mid here.
Almost picks up the kill. The shell might be enough. Attacks from creeps almost pick up Shiji is cool. It's close. This lane has absolutely no armor on either side. 2 armor on Emperor Spirit, 0 on Adamo and Wisp. Actually, Crispy could be in danger, but Adamo's still only level 2, so his burst combo not quite that effective.
So you can't. I really dislike it when casters aren't able to look at items of the heroes.
Yeah, I'll have to use the chart for that, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Good overwhelming odds on assignment.
Bugaboo. Crispy's looking like he's doing pretty well though. Although this bottle out on the IO is gonna help a lot. They're going in
It's on
on
a
mid.
Crispy. The shield
Grab.
might be enough to keep him alive. Tossed almost, but no. 2 points into that flame guard. Thank you,
That's fine.
game, for selecting him. That's going to be, what, I believe 200 magic damage absorbed. That's enough to keep him alive. Top lane we can see the chase onto Simon. The chase has ended with Reflexy just taking some return damage. Simon a bit too speedy, unfortunately. Doesn't have boots, but 300 move speed is pretty solid from Centaur Warrunner. Not the fastest, but definitely a mobile champion.
Crispy is gonna be able to get his bottle before having to go back. That was the question. So he's all good. He's doing better than. He's never going to be able to get a rune very easily, though, is part of the problem with even having the bottle, I guess. But he's definitely doing very well against this mid here.
Shuji
Brad,
does.
no mana whatsoever, half health. He's going to have to either go home or get zoned out or get killed.
Yeah, if a stun and a curse lands, that could be a kill.
Yeah, that's true.
Phosphor Feeders. It's
Actually, I
level
think,
2.
yeah, it definitely is.
It's level 2 curse. That spell scales incredibly well. Like, it's already gonna do 200 damage.
That short range Venge stun, or he would have been dead.
Pressure
Crispy
mid.
going on them a little bit mid, going after this Wisp. He's actually having. No. Ooh, getting
Which will
blocked
go
by
down. The
Crispy.
block's enough. The shield does
get
pick him up.
Awesome.
Crispy actually might have been able to keep going on to Adamo. But that's the unfortunate aspect of
Yeah.
Wisp, especially when he can't bottle. He just gets run down by auto attacks, not block. That's gotta hurt because it really was just him getting destroyed by his own teammates, his own creeps.
That's really rough for Phosphor Feeders this game.
They can't let that happen. They cannot they cannot let Crispy get ahead, and they cannot let Tiny or Io fall behind. Io is going to really be crucial for Adamo being effective this game, especially in terms of ganks. And here comes the mid gank. Reflexy gets a decent glimpse on, might be enough. Adamo taking a lot of damage. The chain does not connect. Shiji is cool, getting bursted down as well. No armor, no HP. Crispy's going to easily pick up that kill with the backup from Reflexy, Map Bodega. Now we're 0 for 3. This game not looking too solid for Phosphor Feeders.
Another reason people like to ban Ember against Crispy. He's very, very comfortable on that hero.
He's very comfortable. He's very aggressive too.
Yep. No, Wisp has been tethering too close all the time in the lane. He needs to be trying to be more at max so the Searing Change won't catch the both of them.
And the issue is too, like he's taking damage too from the shield. Like Crispy's walking in and kind of whittling them both down with that magic shield.
Yeah, but he's able to because he gets a Searing Change on both of them. He's done it twice, which really shouldn't happen. Where is this curve? Okay, he just sent it. I thought he was keeping going to pass Crispy.
And deliver an item to the enemy.
Yeah, he just had a ground move. I don't really like getting a return on the Centaur almost ever, so it just feels more powerful to have another in the hoof stomp, but I understand people get one point in it sometimes. They're not able to zone him out either way, it seems like at this point. Though he's out of regen, so now is the time they should think about being able to do it. Mid here, Crispy's now... Yep, he is going on the tiny... Nope, just throws the avalanche out, Crispy backs up, just a little harassment. But he's already going to have his phase boots right now if he wants them.
Crispy is just in pretty dominant control this game. He's
He
got
can
the
blow that Wisp up if he ever gets a Searing Change on him and his tether's not up.
regen
now
rune
it's
going to
able
be
to get
spotted
the
by
red
Crispy.
The rune of regeneration.
Like, had Wisp couldn't stop that, he might have been able to try and interrupt the regen once it landed on him, but there was no way he was going to contest that rune really effectively.
6-minute Midas on the silencer, you know. If you ever have, you know, Ag's Refresher on him, what's Crispy gonna do?
Poor Brad.
Yeah,
Brad gets
this
hit by the
is-
curse. Pops his branch as well, but unfortunately he was still being drained as that happened, so the mana he gained from that instantly lost.
I don't know what. If I'm Brad, I'm cursing at Crispy for putting me in this stupid lane. That's an off-lane Juggernaut. What the fuck was I supposed to do here, Crispy?
Offlane Juggernaut is not good. Offlane Juggernaut
Especially
is
not
not
against this.
good versus Silencer. It's actually
They're going up on
initiation
top
on to
here.
Simon. Simon, I mean, he's got the stun down, might make it away. Pasquale couldn't land the overwhelming odds, couldn't land the auto attack.
Stick just got his ult.
I'm
Good
just
job.
gonna walk on out of there. Overwhelming odds might have been enough to finish that off at the last second, but that stun, that well-timed stun from Simon kept him alive. Chain on mid, the stun does connect. The combo actually landed onto Crispy, the avalanche toss combo, but that was not nearly enough, unfortunately, as Crispy is now level 8 versus... What level is that Tiny? Level 5. Level 5 Tiny, level 4 Wisp. Not doing anything to Crispy this lane.
This isn't that. Yeah, Crispy is, if not already out of control, certainly on his way to getting there.
I mean, let me put this in perspective. The toss avalanche combo does about, I think, 980 damage once you're level 8.
Yeah. and-
That's not enough to kill Crispy if he has Flame Guard up. It's not enough to really... It brings him low.
No,
but
he'll just fire a Remnant out anyway. If he were worried about it, and more likely he just turns on them and kills them.
Yeah.
At
And
this-
that's the problem. Like, that's if Tiny's level 8. He's level 5 now. That combo is doing way less damage. It's doing about, I
No
think,
way.
600 or something. Top of my head estimations. You're doing even less, actually, like 500. Like, the bonus damage from Avalanche gives you some good power spikes, but he just can't do anything. Wisp himself is also kind of worthless, unfortunately, in keeping him alive. Damage reduction is nice, but it's
From
not
that
enough.
pause, I can't bring up my Chrome window to see if anybody in Twitch is saying anything, so I apologize about that if anything's going wrong.
Oh yeah, there's also the giant bomb
Yes,
chat, but
yes,
unfortunately,
all the time I feel like in Dota.
can't have too many chats up.
Crispy going in on this mid, got the Searing Change off on the Tiny, gets lifted up. Matt Bodig is with him though, he doesn't have his ult bin. Oh, there's the illusion rune on Crispy, so he's just gonna run, but they're gonna get this return kill on Disruptor. Not bad for them. Did
It's a
cost
kill.
a
They're on the
TP
board.
revenge, but definitely helps.
It
Level
wasn't.
6 not getting the ultimate on Tiny. It's a little bit of an old school build to me.
Yeah. Well, with the increased damage from toss, I really do like Grow now, and plus it's just adding to that burst combo. Crispy hanging out in mid, could be waiting for the Ember Guard.
Guess an avalanche.
Just toss it out. It wouldn't even
guess
kill.
Avalanche
Actually, it wouldn't
toss.
kill him. You'd have to toss to a creep near him.
Yeah, he
to
would have.
secure that kill.
He would have had to get right on it. Would have made no sense for that to happen, but it would have been really hilarious if he had tossed and Crispy freaked out.
Brad
that
used a
depressing
healing ward bot lane, but now he's out of mana,
Yeah.
which means he's just
I
gonna get
saw that.
punished even more.
He
Actually,
gets
Clive
killed.
Winston low on mana too, so that's the last curse of the silent. But let's just watch it for a bit.
Poor Brad.
This is such a bad lane for him. He learned from his mistakes, though. At getting a healing potion or a healing salve from.
Yeah, this makes
Flexi.
sense to bring Reflexy down. It might be a bit. Well,
Reflexy doesn't do a lot because Brad has no mana. Like Brad can't do anything. This team can't enable him to do anything. He needs a BKB mana and someone to kill this silencer on his own.
Yeah.
Brad is close level 6, so at that point you can try go back.
Going
to
in on
base.
mid again, Crispy. Nah, well, maybe he can. Yeah, he's gonna kill this Wisp.
Oh no, goes a little bit too far with the
shoots.
spirits. Actually, Crispy
Goes
in a bit of danger now. Tiny going for the chase. In comes the ultimate from Centaur. Chains do keep Crispy alive for a second. Regen rune gonna get interrupted if you use it right away, but no, it does have the bottle.
Toss.
All right, that might be enough. One more attack. One more.
Oh,
The
Wisp.
regen rune. And Wisp unfortunately does absolutely terrible auto attack damage, 54 damage.
Yeah, he needed one more spirit there on him to get that kill, I think. Right before it
Close,
went out.
very close. That would have been a huge kill. They're staying alive though. That was a really good stun under tower by Tiny. Adam will keep himself alive. Initiation onto him one more time though. Crispy dodges the avalanche. Chains do connect. They're both going to go down here. Actually, really lucky Chains as well. Oh, last tower shot picks him up. GG, went for
23
it.
health, 65 health on the Tiny.
I mean, this is
Crispy, he had that hesitation there where he was like, wait, I can't, they're so low. I don't have any abilities. I don't have my ultimate. I can't. Oh, I'm dead.
that indecision. You know he wanted. You know he yelled something like, "Ah, they keep 2v1ing me mid," when he
If
died.
he had ran there, I think actually if Tiny had tread swapped, he would have had enough to toss, so he may have died anyway, even if he had run, and that might have been part of the realization, like, oh, I can't run. Yeah, maybe he could have gotten one of the kills. If he had just
Let's be
walked.
real here. That was over aggressive. That was too much. Knock that off, Crispy.
Yeah, I think if he had had phase boots there as opposed to the arcane boots, he might have gotten both of those kills with the auto attacks that he had. But he chooses the arcane boots build, which I like plenty here. I think he prefers. Ooh, he's got a smoke going on, trying to kill this silencer down here. He's probably dead if he has any remnants.
And there's two. There's the field. There's the chain. There is the very, very dead silencer. Brad gets the spin, gets a kill. There's his revenge.
Run, Venge!
Vengeful, close, but
Ooh,
not quite
here's a
enough.
relocate in though. Gonna get the return kill on the disruptor. That's all they'll get. It's not terrible. They'll get that kill for the Tiny. Actually, the Ohio picked it up, but still nice for them.
It's something. It's at least it is a return kill.
Oh.
Ultimate used by Centaur top lane too, just for the disengage.
No, he gets the Skywrath.
He gets that. What the heck? 4 to 6. They're getting kills. They're getting back on the board. Centaur himself. We haven't really talked about him. He's getting close to that blink. He needs about 800 gold to finish it off. That's actually pretty close to Legion Commander's blink as well. Like she's about to pick it up. Needs 50 gold, and there it is.
Why did you not get it from here?
This is the second time this has happened.
It's a bugaboo of mine as well. Maybe he's wanting to hide it for longer. It's plays within plays.
It could be that. He walks to the shop right now. He's gonna TP back
Oh,
to the
he's
base to
TPing
pick it
back
up.
to his blink? Well, he needs mana anyway.
Yeah, okay, alright. It does make sense. They're probably gonna rotate down towards bottom, pick up silencer is what I would say. Like if they can keep showing down the silencer, they don't want him to pick up Ags and Refresher early on in this game, as
Yeah.
a lot of core silencers are known to do, because that would be absolutely devastating.
So what I'm partially expecting out of Crispy here, normally when I see the Arcane Boots, he's going to go Shadow Blade into something like a Deso just to bring these guys down. It makes sense also against something like the Silencer to me. Ooh, he's stealing this little stack here, which is nice for him too. Yeah, he does already have the... he just bought the Claymore, so that is what it looks like he's going. He can just Remnant out, I think, unless there's a big Silencer ult. Ooh, there is!
Actually, yeah, there's the ult.
Doesn't have the damage, though, to get him before
Close,
the
close,
Silencer.
Whisper.
Wow, great job.
Enough. That was great from Crispy. They did spot him doing the creeps. There comes Vengeful out of the air, in for the
Flying.
snipe.
Up top here, though, we're going to have a engage on the Centaur as well.
Duel might be enough. Skywrath ult, Skywrath ult. It's so close.
Not
No,
yet.
the stun's enough. I think he's gonna make it out. That's not gonna
him.
kill him. Blink up in a couple seconds.
Nope.
Overwhelming odds. It does secure the kill.
Overwhelming odds. Didn't get the duel bonus, though. What happened last time, when he got the Skywrath kill, I think they were trying to do that exact same thing, but Legion Commander, I'm not sure if he messed up how much mana he had, but they went in on him on the tower, and he didn't have the mana to duel, so it just ended up Bodega going, yeah, we're ulting, and oh, we have no lockdown for him, and he just walks over me and kills me instead. So before, a little bit of misplay, I think, and this time really good play on the part of the Lady Commander. The Lady Commander, as people say up top.
Legion Commander, one of my favorite heroes. They managed to keep the racism from Warcraft 3, which was, I think, kind of impressive because it was one of the more forgotten aspects of Legion Commander that it was based off a really racist character in Warcraft 3. Or at least the model was.
The model was very like a
Yeah, it's Lord Garithos in the Warcraft 3 campaign, and that dude hates elves. He really hates non-humans. I mean, like Warcraft 3 races, not.
Yes. I thought it was something based
No,
on like,
this.
an actual human stereotype or something.
No. It's just the guy hates elves. And Legion Commander hates non. You ever hear Legion Commander talk about demons? Not a fan.
Yeah, she's not a fan of demons. They're looking to make something happen here, bot. Lady Commander's coming down there as well.
They can definitely make something happen with Legion Commander, Skywrath, and Juggernaut. Like in terms of burst for a duel, that is amazing. And the Juggernaut spin as well going to be immune to any sort of CC, especially now that it's no longer interrupted by Silencer Ultimate.
They're just giving it up. They're going, let's trade up top. We think they TP'd at least. We know where a lot of them are. Just make this.
They're going to go for this, and they should be able to pick it up in response. They're actually getting the faster push as they have the creep wave already at the tower. Simon can also clear.
Tried to defend that, I feel like, simply because you have the relocate up. If they had the centaur there as well, although he doesn't have his blink, I guess, but they have all their ults, and Crispy's not there is the big thing.
I did not show last it's in denies. Damn. Sorry, guys.
Just show the fight recap. Show every fight recap.
It was one gank. TP's coming in from all over the place. They're going to pick up this top tower. Crispy does get the chain onto 2. Stun does not connect. Simon going to be taken down low. Walks out of the kinetic field, but it's not quite enough as the corpse of Silencer is glimpsed right back into a little kinetic field. Let's show the fight recap. It was good for League of Legends, bad for not League of Legends. Boom.
Great static storm again by. Actually, I didn't even notice that this time it's Reflexy playing the disruptor this time. He didn't get the kinetic field off to keep him in there, but it didn't
matter in the end. Like the silence was enough.
Multiple good disruptor players here.
The silence meant the ultimate meant that Silencer couldn't get his ultimate off. It meant that there was no defense, and it means that there's now a good counter push coming out from League of Legends. They take one tower bot, now going to try and contest this top tower. The problem is everybody from Phosphor Pheeders can make it there. They have Centaur, they have Relocate.
They're relocating right now behind them.
Flex is going to take a lot of damage, being focused on in the back line. In the front line, though, is Crispy in danger. Candy Remnant out here. No, it's still Silencer from Silencer. So a quick
good
2 or none as Skywrath does get taken out in the end. Very easy
I feel like
pick
they're
off.
not respecting this relocate power as much as they should.
The relocate is solid. The problem is I don't think they've realized that Tiny's now effective. Like Tiny now has the burst combo, which on its own, when it was 2v1 versus Crispy mid lane, Tiny was not going to do a lot, even if he got his burst combo off.
Any items though, just being the level 10 will burst down either of these supports easily.
Now that he has his team to back him up, now that these are team ganks, these are team fights. This isn't just Tiny on his own. There's going to be backup from the rest of his team. Silencers Chris does damage, keeps Crispy in place. It's no longer just survive the burst damage, it's survive an entire team fight, which Crispy and the rest of League of Legends can't do if they don't respect that relocate. What was that?
Oh, I guess he only has the level 1 Omni Slash. He had an opportunity against the solo Silencer there, but chose not to use his ult, just chose to back up. But he is only level 9 or 10 now, but yeah, his ult wouldn't have killed Silencer actually, so.
Brad's had a hell of a time this game in one of the worst lanes I've seen. He didn't die in lane.
No, he did a good job by all
accounts.
accounts.
It was actually pretty good considering the circumstances.
I'm surprised he has as much as he does.
The counterpoint is Silencer got a lot of farm in lane as a result. 63-14 in CS. Highest net worth. Does have a Midas to back that up though.
1,000 for Mags, as is Tiny.
So Ags on Tiny is on a power spike. It's nice, but he's actually not that much more effective just because he gets cleave, which is not that useful outside of farming at this point, and he gets some range. And some more damage on a toss if it's an enemy unit that is being tossed in the air. So it's actually not that big a deal, but if Silencer can actually stall out the game, can give a chance for Tiny to farm up somewhat once he does pick up his Ags, that's when the pain comes. That's when it really starts being a problem. Could be initiation onto the Wisp. Duel does land. Ooh, go down first though. Crispy goes in with the initiation. They do get the duel on the pass call. Tiny going down. Great kinetic field into the storm as well. 3 now dead for Phosphor Pheeders. In comes Simon out from the back. They do pick off Legion Commander. Crispy trying to walk on out of there. The silence was not enough. He'll just haste on out 2 for
I
3,
did
but they get the
see-
duel.
If that was just a late silencer ult, or I think it may have been on cooldown until just that second from what I had seen before.
I was actually surprised it was up for that at the end of that fight. Like, I did not think it would be up by then. Might have just come up.
I think it just came up.
Missed the
I
fight
saw him
recap,
use
but
Striker from that as well.
Clive Winston gonna be in some trouble on the field, on the chains, in the pain, in the grave.
Burn away your ignorance.
Shadowblade hurts. Shadowblade hurts. Also gives Crispy a way to get away after he's been silenced.
That's what's really important here, because normally against Silencer, Ember Spirit has that huge flaw. He doesn't have disengage, he doesn't have a way to get out of the fight. And some of the normal disengage items for Ember Spirit, like let's say, or disengage items versus a Silencer like BKB or Manta style. Like Manta's not that good on Ember Spirit, his illusions won't do a lot of damage. And the BKB usually you want your core items first. So I do like the Shadowblade pickup just for that runaway possibility.
Yeah, although I think he's going to want to use it more offensively when possible in combination with that Sleight of Fist. Going right into that Dessa, so sort of what it predicted. Getting close to that, well, only 2,000 off for the eggs for Juggernaut, which is going to help a lot. Again, we've been seeing these really good Disruptor kinetic fields and ults. Maybe just a hero to ban against League of Legends when you play against them.
So far, they've shown 2 competent disruptors. If you've ever seen an incompetent disruptor, it's fun. They will just glimpse people into safety every single time. I love it. But the fields are landing. The Storm is doing incredible work. Like they can keep this up. That is who's actually, I'd say, really carrying these team fights. It's the CC provided by Disruptor. It's like a cheap silencer in that sense. Like they haven't invested a lot into him, but he's still landing key silences on
They're going to
multiple
go
people.
this. They're making a point of trying to kill this silencer. Maybe Venge will be able to swap him out if they go on him, but really want to do this Blink Skywrath ult. Blink dual Skywrath ult is what they're looking for, I'm sure.
How far is Silencer from the Ags? He has 1,500 gold in his
Not
inventory.
far.
Ags just finished by Tiny, so now is the time to really farm more so than
That's
fight.
the thing, is what I was going to say. The flip side against League of Legends, even though they have squid, they're very squishy. All of their heroes pretty much are very squishy. Oh, he looks like he's going into this Blink.
There's the blink, there's the ultimate, there's the burst, Clive Winston. Rest in peace. In comes a relocate, but it's a solo Wisp. Actually, Brad not getting the best Omni/Wisp walks away. Tethers now to Vengeful Spirit. Simon just trying to walk on out. It's now a 1-for-1 Disruptor going down in the background, most likely to the tower. Adamo off the side though. There's some good cleave. There's a good double edge, and there's the 1 HP. Simon out comes Crispy. Not enough though. If Provoking Storm can land the stun. I mean, he's gonna die, but maybe there's enough time for some backup for a Tiny to show up. Remnant is available though, and actually Shadowblade. That was Invis Rune. Oh, almost picks him up.
Oh, I thought he had vision
The
for a
Flame
second.
Guard's enough.
So, Wisp, I didn't see how they didn't get tethered, but Wisp TP'd in or relocated in without the Tiny there. I think if he does, that's Crispy probably just wouldn't have gone in at all, but it might have been like a 4-for-1.
It would have been a lot cleaner of a team fight. Vengeful Spirit probably would not have died. Crispy, I don't think would have died either. Like you
And
said.
that's with the silencer getting jumped in on and blown up pretty effectively right away. So that was without the silencer ult being used, without that Ags. What I was going to say right before that happened was, with this Ags and the full Curse of the Silent, that does a significant amount of damage to not just these supports, but even Lady Commander doesn't even have 1,200 health right now.
Yeah, it's a squishy team, like you were saying. Like they have good strength growth on LC and LC only, but LC